Hi, third grade writers. So today your goal is to use expert words or specific words that are relevant to your topic as you plan and draft the second subtopic of your Teacher for a Day lesson. So expert words are unusual words that are used to describe or understand a specific topic or subject area. Often these are words that you wouldn't know just if you are not a part of the content area that is being covered. So for example, scientists use many expert words like hypothesis, criteria, constraints, and more. And if you'd never participated in science, you probably wouldn't know what those words mean. Similarly, in baseball, some expert words include home run, base, pitcher, and triple play. So if you've never been to a baseball game, never heard about baseball, you probably wouldn't know what those words mean. So all of you are beginning to plan your lessons, and I bet that a lot of you have expert words that you need to include in your lessons so that your audience knows what you're talking about. So writers and speakers need to define expert words in their writing. Some ways that you can do that are by giving a literal definition of a word. So you can explain what the word means. You can give an example that shows what a word means. You can give a synonym or think of another word that means the same thing to describe your expert word. Or you can use an antonym, which is giving a word that is opposite to that expert word to explain what the expert word means. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in my writing in just a second. So the first thing that I want you to do today is to brainstorm some expert words that you need to use for your second subtopic. So my second subtopic is preparing for race day. So I jotted a list of expert words that I need to use for that topic and also what those words mean. So I'm going to use the word tapering, which means cutting down on mileage before a race. Carbohydrates, a food group including bread, rice, pasta, and more. Carboloading, which is eating a lot of carbs before the race day so you have energy. Fuel belt, which is a belt that holds essential supplies so they don't bounce around as you run. And compression socks, socks that are extra tight so they get more oxygen to your muscles. I want each of you today to think of at least 3 expert words that you're going to use in your writing for your second subtopic. So once you've thought of your at least 3 expert words that you're going to use as you draft your second subtopic, you're ready to begin writing. So here's my second subtopic. I start with my topic sentence. There are many important things to consider to help you feel prepared and ready for race day. In the weeks before the race day, it is important that you start tapering. There's an expert word. Tapering means that you start to cut down your running mileage and run less so that your body has enough energy for race day. You should begin tapering 2 weeks before your marathon date. So as you can see, I'm using the expert word tapering, and I decided to give a literal definition. I explained what the word means when I wrote tapering means that you start to cut down your running mileage and run less so that your body has enough energy for race day. Okay, that's my first paragraph. You also need to consider proper nutrition as race day approaches. Marathon runners need to eat a lot of simple carbohydrates, another expert word. For example, white pasta, bread, and bagels. So for my second expert word, I decided to give an example. I said, for example, white pasta, bread, and For example, white pasta, bread, and bagels. That's my example of carbohydrates. And it tells you, oh, these foods are carbohydrates. I continue writing as I say, eating carbs before race day is sometimes called carbo-loading. So again, I'm giving a synonym. I'm thinking of another word that means the same thing as eating a lot of carbs before race day, and that synonym is carbo-loading. By eating this way, your body will have enough energy to access quickly during the race. Okay, third paragraph. Finally, you need to ensure that you have the right equipment. You may want to purchase a fuel belt, a special belt that holds water, snacks, phone, and wallet. Okay, think to yourself, what kind of Definition did I give here? Yeah, I gave a literal definition here. I explained what the word means. The fuel belt will help you carry everything that you need without bouncing around. You should also buy compression socks. Compression socks are different from ordinary socks because they are made of a special tight fabric that gets oxygen to muscles faster and speeds up recovery. So here I used an antonym. I said that compression socks are different. They're not the same as ordinary socks, and I explained why they're not the same. So that was an antonym. By following these instructions, you will feel prepared and ready for a fantastic race day. So there you are. That was my second subtopic. I used 5 different expert words in my writing, and I defined those expert words in some different ways. I defined them using literal definition, an example, synonym, and also an antonym. So in your writing today, I'd love to see you do the same things. I can't wait to read your second subtopics. Please share them on Google or email them to me. Happy writing time. Bye.